Or overcoming myths and objections. Our CFO doesn't really believe in monthly payments. This comes as an answer when the CFO says, or when the manager says, you know what, I understand we don't have the capital. I understand your knee-jerk reaction suggests that we borrow the money and pay it back monthly with our utility savings. But frankly, our CFO is against monthly payments. What do you say to that? Well, I'll tell you one thing you should say. You already have monthly payments. You already have monthly payments in the form of an unnecessarily large utility bill. Hello? The second thing is, let's talk about the downside of waiting to have cash. If you calculate the net present value of the following three scenarios for your project and you compare them, you're going to come up with some interesting conclusions. What's scenario A? Well, you're going to fund 100% of this thing at date zero, which is today, using cash. What's scenario B? You're going to fund 100% of the deal at date zero using 3-year financing. In other words, you're going to use somebody else's cash, but you're going to collect all the savings. What's scenario C? Well, 50% you fund today with your own cash, date zero, and the other half you do at date one, which is one compounding period away from today. Most people use a compounding period as a year. So a year from now, you do the second half. But again, you do the first half and the second half using your own cash. Now, let's do a little experiment. What does the comparison look like when you compare the NPV of scenarios A, B, and C? Well, as you might expect, A's net present value is the highest. What you might not expect is that B's net present value is a very close second, because the amount of net present value that you're going to get from doing it all on date zero is actually only minimally impacted by the interest that you have to pay for the use of the money. Now, C's net present value is significantly lower, mainly because you're missing year one savings on an entire half of the installation, because you only installed the first half in date zero and the other half you waited a year to install. So whether you do the project now or not, you're still paying for it. You need to partition your current utility spend into two parts. One is your new lower utility bill, and two is your payment to a third party who finances the upgrades for you. If you don't do that, you're throwing away that second portion of your utility payment each month, and you're receiving nothing in return.